Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel. If you are not already a subscriber, I would really appreciate that. We're going to be reacting to another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
Next into the tank is an artful twist to a healthy dining concept.
Hello Sharks, my name is Guy Vaknin and I'm the chef and owner of Beyond Sushi. I'm seeking a $1.5 million investment in exchange for 25% of our planned venture on the West Coast and 5% of our current operation on the East Coast.
Okay.
Beyond Sushi is a multi-unit vegan restaurant operating in New York City. We take a modern approach to traditional sushi by creating unique flavor profiles using vegetables, fruits, and whole grains without relying on fake meats while having a balance between nutrition and flavor. Our extensive menu includes salads, wraps, dumplings, and rolls. We're one of the pioneers of the vegan sushi movement and creating a better, healthier, much more sustainable way of eating. Sharks, if you dive into this deal with me, there'll be plenty of fish for you guys to swim with.
Do we get samples?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I brought you 3 of our bestseller rolls.
I'm hungry, but then I'm always hungry.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad that they put that on the screen because I wanted to recap what he's asking, because he kind of divided his acts, or he's trying to divide the equity based on the coast. And so he's seeking up $1.5 million for 25% of stake for the West Coast operations, and then 5% equity for the East Coast operations. They must be just getting up and started in the East Coast, but I would like to hear what made him give that offer like that. So let's see. And if you don't know, I am vegan, and so just the spin on the sushi roll, I think is clever. So I like to see a little bit more about his business as well.
Amazing.
We have the Mighty Mushroom, which has 4-grain rice, baked tofu inside shiitake, gnocchi, micro arugula, and a truffle shiitake sauce. Right next to it, we have the sunny side. It has braised fennel, sun-dried tomato, avocado, roasted butternut squash, and pesto sauce on top.
So good.
Yeah, they're a little bit more intricate.
That mushroom one is the truth.
Thank you very much.
How do the calories compare to normal sushi?
It averages, with the sauce, at 280 calories.
For a roll?
For a roll. And a roll is 8 pieces.
So it's about the same?
Yeah.
What does it cost for 8 pieces?
Okay, you can buy 8 pieces, which is 1 roll, and it will cost you $7.50. It cost me about $1.50 to make.
I love it.
So we have 6 locations. I opened my first one in July 2012. Took all my life savings, which was $70,000. I had 12 seats and a counter and 1 employee. Now we have all over Manhattan. On our bigger units, we do about $2 million a year. And then when
How many square feet is a bigger unit?
It's big. It's 2,500 square feet.
Wow.
The first one I opened was 280 square feet, which I did $1 million out of. Okay.
Wow.
And I have one that is 108 square feet that I do 600,000 out of. The whole idea of this, it's a commissary-based business. So we have one big kitchen that supplies everything.
And the restaurants could be as small as 600 square feet?
They could be as small as 250.
So you're a grab-and-go restaurant, right? You're not a sit here and watch us make this. And...
No, we're grab and go. It's fast casual. But we do have another model, and that's the 2,500 square feet that we opened recently.
And then what made you pivot to this 2,500 square foot model?
At the end of 2015, I partnered up with the founder of Ruby Tuesdays.
Sandy Beal, right?
Sandy Beal,
yeah,
yes.
Great guy.
He has 25%.
And you have 75?
75, yes.
So when you talk about 25%, that's of the East Coast, right?
Yes.
And I'm guessing you own 100% of the West Coast because you haven't really started it.
Yes.
Tell us for the last year what your sales have been and whether you're profitable or not.
So last year we did $4 million in sales.
What did you net on it?
Wow.
So last year was the year that we made basically the change. So I took a commissary, I opened 2 big locations, so I was negative 272.
How much did you invest last year?
I put 160,000 out of my own pocket into the business just to keep it running because we did lose money, right? The year before that, we were doing 2.4 million. I put in my pocket 600,000, and we're projecting 5.6 for this year.
What will you make on the 5.6?
5.6 million?
This year, we're gonna make around $300,000.
Chef, I understand the space really.
And I don't know if these are good numbers. I am so not I don't know about the restaurant, type of industry, because I know that depends on, that's why they're asking the question about what's the square footage of the place for the serving. I'm glad that he mentioned that his other locations, or that the bulk of his locations is a grab and go. And so he said fast casual. I don't know if that's the same thing as fast food, but so now he made a pivot, and now he's opening up a facility where people could come and sit and dine. And that was a different thing, and that's why he took a loss of over $250K last year, although he netted, or they brought in $4 million. And so there's a lot of numbers going around, and I'm not too savvy on the restaurant numbers. And so we'll just listen to these numbers and hope he get a deal. They seem to like his food and the concept. And then it makes sense where he said that he's partnered with the CEO, I forget the name, is it Sandy Bell, of Ruby Tuesday on the East Coast. And that's why he's only willing to give up 5% for those operations, and he owns the West Coast operations 100%, and he's willing to give up 25% of that. And so just the way that he offered the deal helps me to understand that I don't really know enough about the restaurant industry to really critique it, but let's see what insights we could gain from the Sharks.
Really well. I have a number of different investments and pizza. I'm actually on a board with Sandy.
Yes.
So I know the space very well. I want to go a little deeper. Tell me what your average cover side is.
Dinner time, we do about $22 a head. At lunchtime, it's $15.
Okay, give me your traction. How you been doing? You've been growing in covers?
Oh, yeah, so we've been growing, like I said, for the whole company. I told you we were $2,050,000. The year before that, we were $978,000. So we doubled in size in 1 year.
I want to go deeper. Stay with me on the unit economics,
No
right?
problem.
So an ideal QSR or fast casual restaurant should be doing 20% profit at the store level. Where are you right now after how many years?
So we're doing 20% on 37.
I'm finding out a lot of them, so I know nothing about that end of the retail. Like, Matt asked you, what did you ask him? What is this PR, QR?
QSR, quick service restaurant.
I had no idea what any of that was, and for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
I'm struggling with a different problem. I'm going to make the assumption you'll be as successful on the West Coast as you were on the East Coast, and you're going to generate, after 3 years, $5+ million on your operations if the footprints look the same. Here's the problem with this. You're going to make $300,000 pre-tax on $5+ million in sales. Yes, we agree.
I agree.
Okay. I give you $1.5 million to get 25% ownership in the West Coast.
Okay.
I'm basically paying 20 times pre-tax earnings. I think are insane. The valuation is insane. I'm out.
Okay.
Chef.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's the vision for the brand, right? In order for these to be successful, it has to be a strong,
to be
sustainable vision. It's not a fad. I want to hear a little bit more about that.
It's not a secret. I mean, you know it because you're in the food business. It's shifting towards everything plant-based, everything healthier. This is no imitation. Everything that you see over here is fruits, vegetables, whole grains,
so wait.
beans.
You're not alone in doing plant-based sushi and comparable plant-based other options. The problem is, here you are on a mission on the East Coast, which is hard enough.
Yeah.
Then you want to do it again, and I didn't see a clone anywhere coming up in the pitch. So my gut's telling me no, I'm out.
I didn't understand what Mark.
So here's what I don't like about the deal. I don't like the misalignment of the fact that I'm getting 5% equity in the concept that already has a lot of traction.
Here it comes.
And then I'm paying $1.5 million for what may or may not work. We all intuitively feel like you're going to do great out here, right? But I don't know.
That's what Kevin was saying, because he was saying he's going to, I understand now. It clicked with Max.
And I know you're going to be putting in as much time in New York as you are in LA. So there's a misalignment between you and I, because I'm going to want you to spend all your time in LA. I need you to align my interests in LA and in New York.
Okay.
How can you do better by bringing those two together?
3 sharks are out. Matt is interested in Guy's plant-based sushi business beyond sushi, but he wants more of the established East Coast business than the current 5% that Guy is offering.
I think that I can go a little bit higher in the one that we have on the East Coast if that will make the deal happen.
How much higher?
Why Lori shaking her head? Because he shouldn't have said it like that? Oh, now she want to get in.
So 10% is where I will
Here's
go.
what we got.
Yes.
And Lori and I are going to come into this deal together. We're going to work together to change your life. We're going to make this a very big company. We're going to cross-market like crazy. I can help you get into airports and stadiums all over the country.
This is just
play.
up my alley completely. I think this will do even better on the West Coast personally.
I think so too.
Because I think that's the mindset here is even more towards this type of food.
So you get both of us, you get the entire network, but I need to be incentivized to work hard for you. The offer on the table is 30% in LA, 15% in New York, and you have a deal.
You have 3 choices, yes, no, or counter. I need you to make them fast, and you know why? So I can eat the rest of that sushi.
And so mainly it looks like the deal is Lori and Matt. He was only offering 25% for West Coast. They want 30% for the West Coast because of the value that they think they can bring and really help him ramp up that, because that's the territory where he's still new at. And so 15% for the East Coast operations, where he wanted to just offer 5%. He's getting 2 sharks that has their, you know, perspective, their respective spaces. And so you have Matt, who's from Miami. I don't know if he's from Miami, but he's in the Miami Dolphins industry down there. And then you have Lori, who says she can take his West Coast operations up a notch. And so let's see what he decides.
And we do 12% and 30%.
12%
And at the end
on
of the
the
day,
East
guys, look,
Coast.
as much as I'm going to have all the access in the world and everything, I'm going to work. And that's what I did with this company. I built it. You guys, I worked 3 years.
I
You
love
have
it.
2
Energy is
sharks,
great.
and we're going to work too.
And what's great is once you become part of my family,
Yes.
you get access to all the different operators. You want me to own enough in New York to drive it as well. That's a waste if I don't. I can feel your energy and your intensity. I love it. But my offer's firm, right? You get both of us, you get the entire network, but I need to be incentivized to work hard for you.
He gonna make the deal because he won it.
Let's do it.
Lori is too excited. Listen, sometimes when you're in a negotiation and then the other person accepts too quickly, it kind of makes you feel right off the bat that you should have did a little bit more or something. That's how Lori just got in my mind, as far as like, whoa, she's a little bit too excited. And she kind of saw that he needed a deal or was probably desperate for a deal. And so I'll bring it back to see his closing remarks at the end. But just to wrap up, he ended up getting a deal with Lori and Matt. You got an East Coaster and a West Coaster. And he's going to be giving them, they're going to give him $1.5 million. That's great. $1.5 million, and he's going to give them 30% of the equity for the West Coast operations, and then 15% of the equity for the East Coast operations, although he countered with the 12% on that end. So I'm glad he was able to get a deal. They seem to love his food. In the concept, I know it's not new, but just the look, and it looks like a fine dining experience. And so I like the way that the marketing is done and the pictures and things like that to kind of help elevate the vegetables or the plant-based option. And so that's a good thing that they're doing. And I hope that this partnership proves to be very profitable for him on the East Coast and the West Coast, right? But thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, please. And then subscribe to the channel if you like this content. And check us out for the next one.
Thank you. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Congrats, guy. Good job.
Congrats, man. I really like that guy. I knew he was going to go far.
It was worth it to give up a little bit more equity. I got 2 sharks, and we can take all their knowledge and take the investment and just go light speed to where we want to be.